Last week, we reported it first. Meghan Markle seemed to be fired from the Invictus Games, and everyone said, Andy, stop clickbaiting. No, she hasn't. You're such a hater. Well, then how do you explain the fact that the website has completely changed? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and it sure looks like we were correct. And I'm here with Steph, the Alter Nerd. Steph, I think we were absolutely on to something, as we tend to be over here on Popcorn Planet, and Steph, the Alter Nerd. Bravo, Steph has been on keeping her eyes on this and just found this out this afternoon. We just got on this. So this is breaking. The closing ceremony information of the Invictus Games. Let's remind you, this is the veteran series that Harry does, that he just launched a series of on Netflix, but this is an award, a sort of Olympics type of event that Prince Harry has been running for several years and just launched a Netflix series of, which has bombed. Suits is trumping it in the ratings. It's not doing nearly as well as he hoped. And now they're planning for this year's Invictus Games. They hope this Netflix series and the talk would help. But it seems Meghan's been more interested in going to Beyonce concerts, and Harry's been more interested in seeing Messi play soccer. That's where their clear intentions have been. But now with the games coming, the closing ceremony updated its websites. Its website updated its information about the closing ceremony. Now, here as we have it, you'll see there's no mention of Meghan Markle anywhere on the site now. In fact, remember we made a big joke. The esteemed Meghan Markle, Steph. Thankfully, we have our video, proof and evidence to show you what it was. I wish I had taken a proper screenshot, but here we are, Inception style, Popcorn Planet inside of Popcorn Planet. I'm glad we're not wearing the same outfit, Steph.
Yes.
Here was where you can see here, under the distinguished patron of Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, with the esteemed presence of Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, closing ceremonies is poised to be an historic. The Duchess of Sussex herself will take the stage, yada, 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 to host the poignant life story scene. Well, oh boy, have things changed. Now, if you go to the guide on the website, poof! It's gone. It's almost as if they saw the video, Steph, of us mocking the esteemed tutelage presence, blah, 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 these two. And now you'll see it's out. They just, that whole paragraph is gone, and they cut pretty much 3 paragraphs here. Sorry, 2. Yeah. These 2 paragraphs, that the esteemed presence and distinguished patronage and blah, 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 and what she was going to do is now gone. And they cut immediately to joining the global community on the monumentous occasion as the friend. So anyway, they've just removed it. So now the reports are coming in that, yes, this was just an error on her part. This was an error on the site, that something was listed improperly, and it went. Well, then why was it all over Deadline, all the trades, that Meghan's going to be a big part of the games? Nonsense. She absolutely was clearly going to be part of the game, Steph, I believe. And now the backlash has begun. Maybe it's more sinister. Maybe Meghan's like, Harry, your show sucks. I will not be seen on it. There could be a part of that too at this point. Now all we're hearing is rumors that she will be staying at home with the kids after being removed from the schedule. But let's not kid ourselves. She was removed from the schedule. I wholeheartedly believe. Steph, I want to go to you. You found this. Are you shocked? I mean, clearly not too much because we reported it, but do you think there's now a spin that she is staying at home with the kids? She was never going to be there in the first place. Do you believe this?
Absolutely, it's all spin. All spin, as far as I'm concerned, on the part of Team Sussex, because it was announced to great fanfare with trumpets and everything that Megxie was going to be at the Invictus Games and that she was going to be part of the closing ceremony, doing this whole life story scene segment for the veterans and the families, this, that, and the other, so that she was going to be involved, blah, blah, blah. Because let's face it, right? As far as I'm concerned, you know, they're both now using veterans to try and improve themselves and their own image that is absolutely tanking at the moment. And this was one way, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, for Megxie to do it for her own popularity, this, that, and the other, right? But then, you know, once that was all announced that she was going to do it, she was absolutely torn apart by critics and royal commentators, specifically Angela Levin that I reported on. Meghan Markle was slammed by Angela, saying, look, you know, it's ironic that Megxie was going to be reporting on a message of courage and resilience when she has none, you know? She has no place to be at the Invictus Games. She's discussing courage and resilience when she has none. It's absolutely hypocritical. She shouldn't be there, this, that, and the other. And yeah, all this backlash and criticism. Yeah, I think she's now staying away because of all of that. There are reports coming through that she doesn't want to step foot into the UK ever again because she doesn't want to get booed. Because, yeah, we would boo her. I mean, let's keep it 100 here. So, yeah, maybe now she's decided that she don't want to go to the Invictus Games because she'd get a negative reception. Quite rightly, as far as I'm concerned, and is now trying to spin it, being like, oh, do you know what? I'm not going to go now because I'm going to stay at home and look after the kids. I wonder where we heard that excuse before. Oh, yeah, King Charles's coronation earlier on this year. There was a lot of go to and fro in terms of whether she was coming, whether she wasn't coming, this, that, and the other. And then, you know, at the final hour, it was, oh, no, Megs is going to stay at home to look after the kids. This is an excuse we've seen before. Yeah, even though they've got nannies, so, you know.
Yeah, and clearly she made time for Beyonce twice, 2 nights.
Right?
two nights. But yeah, no, this was all over the place. And again, we reported it first. I see it starting to break all over. But mark our words, we covered it first. And we got a lot of, I got flack in some of the comments. Oh, Andy, you, blah, blah, blah. No, clearly we sensed it. But yeah, what's interesting is as we reported even there, yeah, this was all over in a press release. This was given to all the major trades. These weren't gossip rags. These are trades where clearly someone on Meghan's team had to have given it to. I don't understand who else would have cared. Deadline doesn't care that much to publish this unless someone on Meghan's team sends it to them, which was clearly her agency or somebody or a PR team. Yes, this was all the plan on August 19th to put it out there that, yes, I'm going to be there. But the backlash was swift. It was quick. And then Harry's facing his own backlash for the Invictus Games. And then there's talk of veterans angry that he shouldn't even be part of this, making it being about himself. It's supposed to be about the competitors. So there's been a lot of backlash. And honestly, the show didn't do well. And so it's not surprising to see Meghan now be like, I can't be seen in a bad project, Harry. I'm in Suits, the #1 show on Netflix. I can't be in this Invictus Games nonsense, Harry. Jeez, you and your charity. That's my Meghan impression. But that very well could be what's going on here. So to see that the Games now hasn't just ignored it, the fact that we called it out, I'll never forget the esteemed presence of Meghan Markle. How can I forget that? And I think no one can forget it. So when we called that out, and thankfully we did for the record, because there it was, now it's removed. It's absolutely been removed. We have proof. It's there. We covered it first. And we had noticed that there were conflicting reports on the site in itself, because I think they just didn't know what they were going to do. I'm still confused of what they're going to do. But I'm far less interested now in the Games knowing that Meghan's pulled out. And Harry will do his typical boring speech probably and then check out. But do you think this is a sign that maybe Invictus Games is now indeed trying to distance themselves from Team Sussex?
Yes, because there was also another report, again, from Angela Levin with her sources. So the next Invictus Games after Dusseldorf is going to be in Canada. And she's reporting that sources there are trying to actually pull out from the Invictus Games, that they don't want it there anymore because they don't want it to turn into the Harry and Meghan show. The implication being that if Harry and Meghan aren't involved at all with the Invictus Games, then they'll allow it to continue in Canada. If they are, then they don't want anything to do. So, yeah, I think this is the very obvious public start of hopefully the Invictus Games distancing themselves away from this gruesome twosome, because it's not the Invictus Games anymore. It's the Harry and slightly Megsy show. I mean,
when you watch that, I saw somebody, the Invictus Games, I saw somebody.
Yeah, the Invictus Games, yeah. Because it's not about the wounded veterans anymore. It seems to just be about Hazza and Megsy. When you watch The Heart of Invictus, the first 2-3 episodes is mainly Prince Hazza. But the synopsis is, oh, we're following 6 wounded veteran athletes on their way to the Heart of Invictus. Well, if we're following them, why for the first 2-3 episodes are we mainly just seeing Prince Hazza?
We're not only following them, but then we have to listen to them. We have to watch them listen to Harry whine about losing his mother again. We're just like, did you need to edit that in? Like, why did you keep that part in? Shouldn't we be invested exactly into these veterans and their stories? But no, they knew, well, we have to have Prince Harry in it. And so Prince Harry's marketability, that's really what it's become. The brand the gruesome twosome, as you call it, right? They either have to complain about, the royals or their family life or their mother not being with them. That's what Harry needs to resort to, or pose with celebrities. Seems to be pretty much the two things that Harry and Meghan are good at nowadays. Nothing else they can do is really getting much eyeballs. Them posing with celebrities, seeming like they're A-list, and then them complaining about their royal life are the two things that people are only paying attention to. So, yeah, this is interesting. To see it officially off the site is telling. I don't know how else to say it. She's now officially not in the closing ceremony. I got to say, we were right. Officially, you fired. I get to do the Trump. You fired. Meghan, you fired. I also want to see that debate so bad. Oh, my God. I want to see Donald Trump debate Meghan Markle so bad. Like two people I despise, two narcissists. Can you imagine those two narcissists on a stage? Thinking, oh my God, I'd pay so much money for that battle. If you missed it, Donald Trump wants to debate Meghan Markle. That's not clickbait. Check out the last video. Yeah, Steph, any final words?
Couldn't believe when I saw that headline last night. I was like, dude, let me just reread this like 3 zillion times before I send it to you, because I'm like, is this actually true? Oh my goodness, it is, guys. Watch the video from last night. It's absolutely hilarious. But in terms of this video, I will say this. On the part of Megxie and the Invictus Games, I do think that she has made a good move here. And I do applaud her for, not being a part of it, from removing herself from the closing ceremony. I do think that is a good move for Megxie to make, and I applaud her for doing that. So, yeah, but I just think do I think that she did it for the veterans because she realised that it was turning into the Harry and Megxie show rather than, the veterans? No, I think she did it for her own ends, because I believe that's just the way she is, unfortunately, but credit where credit's due. At least she removed herself. So,
well, sadly, this year's Invictus Games, Steph, will not have the esteemed presence of Meghan Markle. I don't know how the audience is going to deal with that, but I think some are going to say false advertising. It was on the website. I want my money back. We shall see. But speaking of firing, could Netflix be next? Steph just did a video over there on Steph the Alter Nerd. Go support her if you haven't. We got to get her to 100K. She's close. It's one big surge. We're going to get there. Popcorn Palace and Steph the Alter Nerd on their quest to 100,000 subs. Get us our plaques. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for alerts. It's Thursday, isn't it? I guess we're live today, Steph. Later,
we are live
around
today,
3 or 4 p.m. Eastern is when we're usually live, around that zone. Apologies, but it'll happen. We'll be there, and I hope to see you guys there. Thank you for being here, Steph. Thank you for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more. What do you think? We were right? Tell us we were right in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more here on Popcorn Planet.